Namaste, my friends, and welcome to another Spread the Chi video. This is another 1001 Ways video. I'm sorry that I skipped yesterday. It was a full moon. I did a mushroom ceremony, and spirit was I just fell asleep. It was not happening. Very rare. Very rare that I missed this. I think that's maybe my 6th day ever in the span of the 1001 days, and I'm on day 727. So this is called Into the Fray. We all tend to speak approvingly of erring on the side of caution, especially when we're acting not just for ourselves, but collectively for others, our family, our community, our fellow employees. However, there are times when it's right to embark on ventures that will challenge us profoundly. You'll know such turning points when you encounter them, probably from their special chemistry of exhilaration and fear. Yes, I can relate to this tremendously. I do find that there are people that don't focus on this, and those are the people that are getting a lot of strong reactions, right? Sometimes, even when we mean very well, we can still get a strong reaction. I won't go into the incredible details of this story. However, during Passover Seder a couple days ago, I was asked a series of questions that were totally appropriate, but about specifically people my age, and I was the youngest at the table. I was the only one who was in their early 30s. Everyone else was, I believe, in their 40s, and then the majority were in their 60s and 70s. And my answer was radically different in a lot of ways to what the story being told was of other people around my age. And I proceeded to go on this radical explanation because I know almost entirely, because most of the people that are there I know very well, this may not land well, or it will land and others will simply not agree, which is also okay. All of it's okay. And although it seemed that there was some elements of shock from some and some not from others, that ultimately inside I felt, I wouldn't say necessarily a lot of fear. I certainly felt a little hesitant as I was coming into this, because I knew that I was going to be my authentic self. I knew that I was going to share my feelings, exactly how my feelings were, and I knew that I was going to do it with love and in a way that was open and not necessarily criticizing any other perspective, simply just sharing my perspective, while knowing that my perspective was going to be radically different than probably at large, if not entirely, everyone at the table. And it was exciting as well to be able to speak my truth, something that I didn't always feel comfortable to do. And even with any sort of possible discomfort, I simply spoke my truth from my heart. And at the end, I wasn't totally shut down, even by people who likely didn't agree, because we were actually at a table with people who were okay with being with others who had different opinions than ourselves. It was very clear that the way that I was sharing was coming from a place of openness and love, and that I was ready to receive whatever was going to be told to me. This is something we can all do. And I believe that any amount of mindfulness that we can put forth before we speak, especially when we are not speaking necessarily from a heart-centered space and we happen to be speaking from an egoic-centered place, coming into the heart, taking that extra moment to drop in and say, let's do a check here on how am I feeling, who is my audience, what is the timing? What is the environment? Is this the right moment to really dive in? Is there a way for me to be authentic and to also do so mindfully? Because the answer is yes. The answer is yes. I was able to speak from my heart and say everything that I wanted to say, and also doing it in a way that was calm, in a way that was clear, and in a way that was loving and open, so that that was received and we were able to continue on with the conversation. It's certainly something newer that I am learning. We're all learning this as language and expectations of society and the collective and the awakenings. All of this is happening simultaneously. And so there's going to be moments where things land well and moments where they don't. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.